All right, guys, this is Joseph from Jouleconcepts. I do tutorials every time, and currently we are on this project, graphics tablet, UG graphics tablet project, and I said that we're going to be starting from the modeling aspects to texturing and to lighting and rendering. So we've done one. This is the part two. So if you've not watched the part one, you could just check the link below to go and check how I how the modeling of the board went down. But for today, we're going to be looking at modeling the pencil, the pointer, and also um, the ink holder. So, but then before we get into this video, I would like to implore us to please like my tutorials if it was helpful, and if this is going to be helpful, please like it, and also subscribe to my channel if you are new to this channel, because it helps me a lot. And I also do similar tutorials like this every week. I'm thinking of trying to go over to maybe twice, 3 times a week, but who knows. So let's get into the tutorial and see what we can do today. So I will be a lot I don't want to be fast. I want to take my time so that we can really understand. So I don't mind the time I'm going to spend in doing this. So let's get into the tutorial. All right, here, this is what we stopped, where we stopped last time. And checking this, I noticed I had a problem here. And the problem is that the tablet doesn't have a sharp edge somewhere here. This is more round than this edge. So I need to go and solve that. And also the other thing I did is to just create a null and name this drawing board. So I'm going to go to this guy and hide that. Don't forget, whatever I do here reflects on the other end. So for me to create that round effect, all I need to do is just select this, go to my edge mode, select this. So I already have it selected. So I'll just select this edge here and also here and get rid of this one. So I only need the vertical edge. Get rid of this. Then I will move this. Moving this will determine how wide the curve is going to be. So I know that the curve is slightly wider than we have here. So this is not enough. Of course, if I hit this, you notice we don't see the effects. We need to do the same thing on this end. So we will come to this, and here, get rid of these vertical ones, and oh, undo, sorry about that. So get rid of this one and also this one, and let's bring this. I think I will get rid of this and move this out. Okay, so now we have a problem and I don't want that, so I'm going to undo that. The reason is being that because this guy is slant, so if I move this, it will bring that, and we don't want that. So what I'm going to do to this is go to the point mode and go to slide tool and slide this out. So that's just the solution to this one here, right there. So it slides that point along that edge. So we have this, do similar things here. So the more I slide this, the wider the curve is going to get. So we have this. I think this might be too much, but let's see what we have. And if it's not okay, we can always go back and change. So Q. So you can already start seeing the effects as to what we had there. Okay, so I'll do similar things here. So select that and just slide this out. So this is what I'm sliding. So let me have my subdivision on so I can see. So still you will not have that effect play out here, and the reason is just because we need to do similar on the other end. All right, so I'm going to slide this out. Just make it close to that point. Okay, and for here, I can bring this. Sorry about my cough. I ate something and is reacting. So sorry. Okay, so I think we are fine with this, so I could just use my edge mode, select this. And move this sideways, undo. Okay, so I think I'll just leave this. This looks fine and okay to what I'm looking for. So that solves that part. I just thought I should quickly explain that to us. So if you check this other end, you have the effect also here. All right, so that's it for the board. So let's go back to the top view and hide this. And let's look at this pen. So I'm going to start with the cylinder, bring the cylinder down here, and then change the orientation to plus or minus X. So if we come to the radius, let's bring this radius down. I think 10 is fine, and bring this up. And maybe we should make this 12. 12 is too much actually. Okay. I think we should use 12, and the reason is that by the time we add this into subdivision surface, it's going to squash this down to give us the accurate result we're looking for. So for this, I don't want this many rotations, so I'll start with 12. I tend to use 12 often. So now that I have this, the next thing I'm going to do is to start to go to my perspective view, NB, and I'll be adding loop where I need those loops. So for this part, I need to get rid of this part here. So I'm going to convert this, and before I convert that also, so create a duplicate somewhere here. PV knots, that's the pen. So I'm going to convert this. Then I'll select this face. I'll delete this. But for this other end, I don't want to delete that face. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, but if I do this and move, you notice that they are not joined together. So I need to join this together. So I'll go to the point mode, any mode actually, Control-8, select all, right click and optimize. Then it optimizes that. So the next time I try to select this and move, it sees it as one object. So let's go to the top view and start cutting out something. So KL, have a cut here, have a cut here. So you can already see where I'm going to be having my partitions. I'm going to have a cut somewhere here, have another one here and one here. Then for this place, I'm going to have a cut here, or we could just move this in. So we'll create this ourselves. So select this and pick this face. Okay, there is nothing else. I'll just go to edge mode, select that edge and bring this edge here, then scale this down such that it fills that opening. Then we have to create a cut somewhere here. So I'm looking at my tablets. I know that I'm going to have okay, so let me just start doing the UL and scale this up. Okay, I'm having This is from my previous tutorial, so I'm going to undo that. So I'll just move this. Remember in my previous tutorial, I changed this axis mode, so I need to bring them back. If not, it would have just scaled along only z-axis. And also scale, make sure I activate this. So if I scale this down, this scales this uniformly. And UL, select this and scale this up till we have that. Okay, so we are going to KL also click this right here. I think right here, and select my chords, then scale this up. So my tablet is acting funny. So we have that. So now this, we're going to have a open here. We're going to have an opening here. And I'm looking at the tablet, so I know that's what we're going to have. Then the other thing we are going to check here is this loop. We are going to increase this. So UL and scale this up a little bit, just a little bit, so that it doesn't get the same size. Okay, so let's start blocking things out. So for this, we are going to start working this, bringing it to a close. So we will select this edge, scale this down, and move it backwards. Do a KL, select somewhere here, and go to my point mode and just pick let's see if this will work. No, I think we should first off add this into a subdivision surface and see what we have. Okay, so this fine, so we'll bring this inwards, Ctrl Z, so we'll do that for these two. So that will determine how the curvature will look. So we'll scale this down even more. And for this one, we scale this up a little bit to have that rounding. All right, so that is solution to that. Okay, so sorry about that, my bad. So then what we are going to do is to start creating our partitioning. So if you look at this, there should be a cut here, and that cut is coming here. So if we get rid of this for a moment and control and click on this to select this loop, then we can do a bevel. So MS is for bevel. So we'll bevel this outwards, just this, and select this beveling and do an inner extrusion, just small, so you can see that is too much. Ctrl Z and make it 0, then start bringing this. Okay, so we have that value. So we are going to now do right click here. Since we have it selected, we do a scale, so it scales this in, and that scale is too much. So Ctrl Z again, scale this a little bit. So we could bring this up to maybe 60, or let's say 75. Oh, okay, sorry, 55, 50. Okay, I think that's fine. Let me just bring this down more. And if we do a Q, so what we have, we need this indentation to be displayed more. So what we can do is to create a loop here, or still just use scale and scale this downwards more and do a KL, cut this, do a symmetrical cut, cut this here and do another one here. So let's see. So this is fine. So if we go to this perspective view, So we might need to push this. So I think the bevel is too much. So the solution to this is just to, very simple. So go back to this, get rid of that and pick. Okay, so I'm going to pick this guy, move it close. And still closer, and bring this, all of them, move them close again. Bring all these and move close. And let's see. Okay, so this isn't really bad. So we have that. So we'll do similar things here for this top. So top view. So come to this place and get rid of that first and bevel this. So come here, UL, select this and also select this. So we want to do the same thing here. So bevel, ms for beveling, and this beveling value is too much, so we're going to pick maybe 0.45 and apply that. Okay, so we're not saying this, so I think I should just bevel this. I think it beveled. Okay, so let's just do this. So we have that. Then for the beveling, I'm going to add subdivision. Okay, maybe I should just get rid of that. So select these two guys and do an inner extrusion and make this inner extrusion 0.15. So now that we have this 0.15, I think it's too small. 0.2, 0.22, and then we can scale this down. So scale will not work now because we have two things selected. So instead, what we'll do is we'll Ctrl Z, right click and use scale. I think that's the best option to use. So apply that. So 35 is too small. So let's try 50, 70, 90, 100. So let's try 95. So I think I'm having issue here. So let me undo that. I think I will just work individually on one of these guys. So UL, select this. Okay, I think we have a problem here. We might have a problem. I think the first beveling worked. So we would just go back this edge, UL, select this edge, and MS to bevel. Okay, so that works. So we'll select this, UL, pick this, and I did an inner extrusion of this. We apply that, then do a scale, right click, and or we could just use scale, or let's just use a value. So let's apply that. Undo. So I think we have a problem here. And that problem is, okay, before we do this scaling of a thing, we should just right click and our normal will have issues with the normal. So align normal. So let's reverse normal, and I think we have a problem somewhere. There's an overlap here. So undo once more. I think I should just do this inner extrusion and put my value. All right. So and inner extrusion. Okay. Ctrl Z. And then let's see. apply, and bring this to 0 and start increasing this value. -1. Okay, so I think we should have -0 points. Okay, I'm going to undo this again. Sorry about that until I get this. So I for that, and make this 0 first, apply. Then we can now start doing an inner extrusion. So the extrusion is going towards that direction. So we'll come here. So we have this. Okay, I had 0.22, so it was too much. So now this should be fine for us now if I'm to scale this down. So we shouldn't have a problem. Shouldn't have much of a problem here. Q. Scale this down even much more. But then this is affecting this. So what we can do is KL, create a loop cut here. Do another loop cut here. Okay. So we have that part. So we'll do the similar things here. Sorry about that. We just have to look for solution for every problem. So I remember my value ms. So it remembers my value. I'm just going to accept that and do an inner extrusion. So pick this, it remembers that value, do that. Then scale this down. Okay, so that scale is too much. Okay, I was extruding. So scale this down. Then KL and we look cut somewhere here and also somewhere here. And that should solve that problem that we have right there. So we are almost done with this. Okay, so we'll come back to this guy, UL to select this loop. So we have this loop, then we extrude this inwards. We apply that and make this angle 90, and this is too much. So let's extrude this inwards. So this is what I'm aiming at. Okay, so this variable, make it 0, and then bring this out a little bit. Okay, so solution to this is just to select all of them, all the loops here. So this edge, select this edge flow and use scale this and make it 0. And if we go back to the top view and let's see what we have. So everything should be fine, so we can now bring this back. All right, so we have that part. So let's look at the other thing we need to do, and which is this button right here. So we need to create a hole for that button. So top view. So right here we need to create a hole for our button. So what I think I will do here is to select this, create a loop cut somewhere here, but this is going to be not symmetrical. Create a loop cut here, create another loop cut here. Okay, so this right here, we will select this face and do an inner extrusion. Okay, I think my graphics level is too sensitive. And just use my, I'm trying to use my touchpad now, so Ctrl Z and UL for this edge flow. Slide this around. Do the same thing here. And slide that also somewhere here. So let's get back and select this face. Inner extrusion and do an inner extrusion somewhere here. So let's have one here. I want it to be smooth. So have one here. Select this point and this point and this point and this point. So we will scale them in and in along this direction. Okay, so we can have that and extrude this inwards. So if I go to this perspective view, I should have. Okay, so let's extrude this inwards. Just to create the opening. So if I do a Q, so you have this, so we can always solve that from the previous tutorial. So do an inner extrusion, just this. So I'm going to click and split this guy right here. So this is going to be my button. So let me hide this for a moment and go back here. So for us to solve that issue here, we will KL and put a loop here. So we can just do a loop here. And this might just be the only loop we're looking for here. Okay, so we have that. So then the other thing is this top here. Okay, so we have this and Q. Now we're going to have a problem here by the time I create a cut here. And the problem is going to be here along this edge. Wow, it doesn't really, wow, this is fine. I think that's fine. So we'll do the same thing here. I was looking at this, maybe we'll have to just spread this out, but since it works, so we should just continue from there. So create another loop cut somewhere here. So I've switched to my create a cut here, and we should be fine with that section. Okay, so we are fine with that section. So the next thing is to create a button. So if you also look here, and let me bring this up. You can see the button follows that. Then you have this partitioning and all that. So the same thing goes with this. So if you look at this well enough, you can see that. Okay, so let's try and do that. So we have this already, so we can work with this button. So let's unhide that. So the button will control. So if we do this, Ctrl G, and so this also affects this button here. So what we can do to this button for us to follow this is KL and cut this guy. So this should be symmetrical. Cut this guy here and Ctrl Z. Cut this guy here. Select and cut this here. Okay, so we have a problem. And doing this will give us that issue, so we'll just want to leave that. All right, so I'm actually learning a lot with this project. I'm learning new things. All right. So we will hide this and select the whole thing and extrude this upward. So we can just extrude this out. So this comes up more than the pen, the body of the pen. So we have this here. And what I can do is to start creating a partitioning for this. So this button slides backwards here. So we'll select this edge flow, these two edge, this right here, and bring it somewhere like this. So that solves that part. Then for this one, the back is the one that comes like that. The other one is just a little bit of sorry about that. This just goes Ctrl Z, just not too much. Then that's for that. So for the other parts down there, what we're going to do is create a cut here. So KL and not symmetrical. So one cut somewhere here, possibly somewhere here. No, here. All right. So this would come down. All right, this will come down. So what I'm going to do is to select that loop or to select the top, this top, Ctrl Z, select this top edge and bring it down to show that indentation. Then I will, okay, so I will just do a loop cut somewhere here. Okay, I'll do a loop cut there and let's see what we have. So we have that, but we need to create that partition in there. So what we'll do is come back to the button and just select this edge here from this to that, Ctrl Z to this and to this place, and do a bevel. So MS and bevel these parts, so just somewhat here, and then I will select this and extrude this inwards, just a little bit of extrusion. So let's see what we have. Okay, so you have that. Okay, that's not really bad. All right, so that solves this. So for the tip of the pen, we are just going to create a capsule and make it go plus X. Go to the top view and bring the capsule down. Nobody. Oh. So we'll bring the radius. Let's try 2. 2 is too much, so let's try 1. Bring this here. The height, let's try 5. Okay, sorry, 20. Maybe 10. Okay, so we have that. So I think 20 will do, or even 30, because we're going to get rid of half of this guy. So if we go to this perspective view and check this NP, so the height segment, we just need 1. Oh, sorry, 2 for us to have this part. Then also we just need 12. So I can create a duplicate here, convert this, and if we go to top view again, we'll go to this and we can select this section and delete. So we have this. So this can be moved in and we can walk our way around with this. All right. So this end right here should be scaled up. Too much. Okay, so just something like that should be fine. And I think that's it. Okay, so we could just scale everything up uniformly. I think what we could do here to finish up this is to scale this up and do a uniform scale. Just hold. And then I think for this guy, we could just close this to close the illusion here. So we could just, okay, now this is me adding to what is not here, just not to make this look so I could just scale this in a little bit, but okay, so I think this is not centered. Ctrl Z. So if we check, top view is fine for this. And let's check the capsule. So the capsule is out of place. So we need to move this in place. So I think that's why we have that issue. So this should be aligned. Just roughly align this. I think this should do. This is fine. Top view. So if we come back to this and this edge loop, we can scale this. So that's fine. So scaling this up to this place and do an extrusion backwards. And then I think I'll do another extrusion. So let's try inner extrusion. Ctrl Z, Ctrl Y. Okay, I think I will just do another extrusion then change the orientation. So do another extrusion D. So as I'm doing that, I'm coming in. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. All right. So what I can do is because if I do this, you see this effect. So maybe this is what you're looking for. Fine. I think this is fine actually. All right, this is fine. This looks fine. So, but then, if you want to make this look sharp here, all you need to do is just select this and create a loop somewhere here. Or you could possibly select this loop and do a bevel there. Just bevel that up. That should do that. So do the same thing for this base. Bevel, Ctrl Z, UL, select that loop and bevel that. Okay, so that's fine for us. For the pencil or for the tip, so we could also bring this down here. So this becomes pen tip. So this right here is the body. So that's how to do the pen. So the next thing I'm going to look at, so let me just create a null. I'll call this pointer, pen/pointer. All right, so we're done with this. So let's just do this other one. And sorry about that, this is my recording. So let's just do this. Let's do this and be over with this. Okay, so now we have a problem here. So this shouldn't be. So this should come right here. I think we should just get this out here. Okay, so this is fine. So we can, okay, so this should come down. This is it. So we can hide this. But then we can't see that guy here. So I don't have to be bringing this. All I need to do is just create the object. I'm seeing it here. So this is just what I want to create right now. And this is going to be the last thing. Then I'll just do the pack for my model. So I'm going to start with a cylinder. And then, so this is the top view. So I have my cylinder. So this is the rough. Okay, this is fine. So we'll go to the top view. So if we check this and this graphics tablet and look at the front view, this cylinder should come down a little bit here. So I think 100 should do, and the radius of 45. Let's do a radius of 40 because the base is kind of, the radius of the base is not the same thing with the top. So I think I'll just do a height of 80 and a radius of 30. No, I think 40 is fine. Then we have this. So this height is fine, the base is fine. So once I'm done, I'm just going to bring this here and convert that. All right, so the base, I'm going to Control A, right click and optimize. So we have that. So we'll come to this loop, you will select this top loop and scale this up. Just like this. I don't scale it up, just scale along XY only. So something like that should do. Okay, I think something like that should do. Then we'll select this base. I'm looking at my model now, so I need to create some. Okay, so KL, I'm going to have, it's going to be the last base here. So we have one here. So let's have one at the middle here and duplicate. So we have two, just to evenly space this, guys. So I'm going to select these guys here, right here. So we have select cut. So we'll go to this cut selected for me. Then I'm going to bevel these guys. So I bevel them and do inner extrusion. So I'm going to control and click on this inner extrusion for this. Then scale this inward. So I'm going to use scale. Okay, so scale doesn't seem to do that. So we can also use move. So move should work. All right, so we are there. So please just give me a minute. I want to quickly, my battery is low. And put on my battery. So sorry about that. My battery is low, so I need to quickly do just that. So if we put this into a subdivision surface, let's see the effect we're going to have. All right, so hold down Alt and click this. So it's not really bad, so this is fine. Then for this part, so quickly hide this. I'm going to select this loop, UL. I'm going to select this loop, and I think I'll just select this loop right here and this. Then I'm going to split. Then delete for this. So we have the top part, we have the base and the top. Okay, so let me hide this for a moment. For this top, I can select this loop and do an extrusion. So I think the value is fine. So just do this extrusion here and do another extrusion, but this one should come down. So I think this is fine. Sorry, I have a message. I need to quickly check this message there. All right, so sorry about that. I just quickly went to solve a problem, a domestic problem. So UL, select this, and MS for bevel. So bevel that. UL, select that. MS to bevel this. Okay, so bevel that part. So if we check this, this should give us this effect, and that's fine. Okay, so the reason why I'm doing this, I want to have this separate part. So this is going to be the base, and this is going to be the top. Okay, so for the base, I can bring up the base and put them two in a null object so it affects both. So for this base, I need to also make sure this thing goes in, and for me to have that. So I'll temporarily hide this and also that. So I'm going to extrude this guy here. So I'm going to do an extrusion D. Okay, so this is fine. So have this extrusion and do another extrusion upwards. Okay. Then you know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to bevel. So I'm going to UL, select this, hold down Shift, select this, and MS to bevel. Then I'll bevel both. So if you check, you have that. So for the base, I need to make the base that flat. So we have this issue here, so don't worry, solve that. So select this base, quickly hide this for a moment, and okay, I'm looking at this here. All right, so we should have a loop cut somewhere here. Okay, so once we have that loop cut, you should have another one here, and I'm going to show you why the other one will be here. But then before we'll have that other one, so let's just bring this inward. So UL to select this part and scale this down. So we have this. Okay, so we have that. So if we check this, this is the effect we're going to have, and that's not what we want for this. So I will also go back and do an inner extrusion for this part just to go in a little bit. And that might be too much, so undo and just inner extrusion, just little extrusion. Now, the reason why I said this base is not going to be like that is if I go to this view here, any of the front or side view, I could do a cut at the middle here, have that cut selected. So if I have UL to select this loop, so that loop is selected. If I scale this down such that it's just, how do I say this? It's just more like on the same radius with this, then that should give us that look that I'm seeing right here. So you have that beveling, more like a filleting around this edge here. Okay, so that is why I'm having that cut somewhere here. So if you check it from here, this is the effect you're going to get. So depending on what you want, if you want that to be sharpened, to be pronounced, then what you are going to do is to create a supporting edge here. So if I do this and just come over to this guy and just create an edge here, and also create another one here and possibly here, so maybe in the middle of this guy, so you should have a sharp transition. Okay, so that's for that part. And then the other thing for the base is that I noticed for this base here, the reason why I said this extrusion is this is because this inner extrusion is not much, is because we still need to now scale this down. So we need to extrude this inwards. So extrude this in, put a value of 0.5 thereabout. So don't forget 0.5, or maybe we should just go for 3.5. Okay, so 3.5, and do an inner extrusion. Don't forget 3.5 inner extrusion of this 0.09 might be okay. Then do another extrusion of 3.5 positive or coming outwards. So it's going to be on the same level with it. So if you check this, we're going to have that issue. Fine, no problem. Then do an inner extrusion to support that edge. Okay, so the solution for this base now is, if you check this, we need to define this guy. All right, so that is where we will have to create a loop cut. So possibly the loop cut will be somewhere here. So let's just make this symmetrical. A loop cut here, another one here. And possibly here. And this should solve that. So we have that design for that base. Then we have this. Okay, so for the top, so we'll do similar thing for that top. But now the tricky thing with this top is that we will select this top. Sorry, do an inner extrusion here. So once you have this inner extrusion to a point, more like the thickness that we want to have, once we are okay with that thickness, then we have to select that section that we want to bring up. So if you look at this model here, this part here that goes out, and this indentation here, so that's what I want to do. So if I go to the top view, so I have this object, so I can hide this base, and so this is more like what I'm looking for. So I can start from somewhere here. So if this is more like the center, so we are leaving one, we're starting from here. So we're going to leave one, start from here. So maybe we should just leave two and start from here. Okay, so this is the base. So we'll leave 1, 2 and start from here and go all the way. So if you notice, we have 1, 2. So the same thing, 1, 2, start from here. So we hold down Shift, select all these edges, all these polygons here. Okay, Control and get rid of that. So this is, so we have 1 and 2. I'm starting it. So that is the design. Then we're going to extrude this up. So we extrude this up. So if we check this, so we get to have that effect. Okay, so maybe that too is actually too much, so we could just undo that. Maybe we should just add 1, 1. Okay, so add 1, 1 here. And do the extrusion again. Let's check. So this is fine. So what we can do to smoothen this is just to slide these guys out. So if I get rid of this, I can just come to this edge here. So I could come to this edge and slide this edge. So we could right click and slide this here. Do the same thing, Ctrl Z. Select this and slide this here. So you can see the effect you're having. So we'll do similar thing here. Slide. So this gives us this effect. Okay, so the other thing we're going to do is to select this loop, UL, and scale this in, because right now if you check this, I need to have a smooth, because if you look at the edge of this guy, it's not really, it is not straight down, it curves out. So that's why we're going to do this. Okay, so the curvature determines how you reduce this. So we can just go to the UL and do another inner extrusion. Okay, a tablet again, sorry. I don't know what to do to this tablet. I need to find a solution to this. So we have that, do another inner extrusion for this base here. Somewhere here, then do another one and bring this down. And maybe I don't have to actually. And maybe I should just reduce this scale, just scale this down. And bring it down a little bit just to create that slantiness going down. Then do another extrusion here. Oh, sorry. Inner extrusion and do that. And bring this down before we can now extrude this downwards. So extruding this downwards, we need to reduce the scale. So if you don't like that, we can always change that. So this is just where the pen is going to go into. All right, so this should come down up to this place. Okay, so we have this and do another extrusion and reduce this scale, do an inner extrusion, do another one, then delete. So if we check this, we should have this effect holding the pencil or the pointer. Okay, so that's how to do that part. So now this goes into the base. I hope that understands that. So if we hide this, I'm trying to do enough detail for this. So I'm opening up this to show and see what we're going to have in the end of this. So this should still go up. So if I Q and select this top loop here, so this should move up. So we'll just bring this up. And bringing this up, we're going to do another extrusion here. Do another extrusion going in, just a little bit in, and doing one coming down here, just somewhere here. Then do another one going in and stopping somewhere here. Okay, so this one, we'll do another one going in. Then do another one going inwards. And just end it there. So UL, select this loop, and MS to bevel that. So I have that. So for this place here, we're going to also UL select that loop and MS to bevel. So we are going to do the same thing here, UL and MS to bevel this edge. Just slight beveling. So this gives us this room here. So this gives us the detail that we want for this guy. Okay. Possibly we might be animating. That's why I'm doing the detail. I'm doing a detailed version of this, so I don't know. It's possible we might animate. So we're going to have a ring somewhere here, and that ring would be, we will make use of tube, and let's hide that. Bring the tube here. Okay, so let's just zero out this tube, and bring it to the center here and reduce this. Just reduce this. So this is meant to fill into this hole and this other one. So we have that. Then the height, is the height okay? So the height is too much. So bring this height down. I think the height is not okay. Should come out a little bit. So this is a metallic object. So we have that. So it should come way down here. So there should be an opening somewhere here. So we could just duplicate this. And let me see. Okay, I think that's fine. 12 is fine. Okay, so this goes, this is uniform. I like the flow. The flow is not really bad. So we have that flow. So we'll just convert that, and to be sure, Control A, right click, and optimize. So we're going to look at an edge that we're going to work with. So KL, maybe just do this here. And then I would select this guy, delete it. So we have this opening. So let me hide this. Finish up. Okay, sorry. So before I do that, I'm going to do an MN, Control Z. Okay, so we have that. Sorry. For adding that. Okay, so we can just bring this. So which I just did an undo for that part. So if I do a KL for loop selection, and then visible only, do we have visible only? So this doesn't work for me, so KL doesn't work. So we can just change this to KJ for plain cuts. So I'm going to go over to objects, local, and make it this. So I think this should do. So if I bring this back up, so I will see where I want, so somewhere here. So I can temporarily hide this. So I should have that same cut here. All right. So let me see where I want to have that opening. So let's say the opening will be here. I can always rotate. So anyway, so select this, delete that, then hide that. So now that I have this opening, the next thing is to just block out this. So I would use my edge loop and right click, go to bridge. I'll bridge this to this, this to this, that to that, and this to that. So we have this ring. So the top of the ring, I'm going to have very sharp top. So I'm going to have this. Okay, so that is what I'm aiming at. For the base, we are not seeing, but I'm still going to do that. So possibly we might be animating, so who knows. And A, so we have that, and this should be fine for us. So we should have holes here. And it's just the same process. So you just select this, create a loop where you want to have your hole. So I'm going to make this. How many holes you want to be dependent. So I'll just do a random this so you can just get the idea. So once I have these holes, I'll go to point mode, select the point that I want to have the holes on. So I'll select these points and maybe select another one. So I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this should complete 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now I'm going to bevel this edge. So bevel this and give me this effect. So once I bevel this hole and I go to this mode, I can pick these holes. They are meant to be my holes, so I'm going to do this. So done in extrusion, so I will just make one my focus point because I know once I do this here, it affects every other part. I'm going to do an inner extrusion and do an extrusion inwards, and then possibly scale this down. So I'm going to right click, do a scale this, and then delete. So if I check this, this should be a hole. So if I come out, I have all my holes for the pen. So this should be it. So I'm going to stop this tutorial here for this modeling. So now we have all the models. We have our, so let me create a null top view and just move this over here. No, so let's just move this right where it is. All right, so this is going to be the pen holder. So we have this. If I go to my top view, so I have all the gadgets. So I have my pen holder that can move somewhere here. I have my pen pointer, and I have my board. So the next thing is just for the pack. So there is just a very fast thing I could just do. So just covering this up. Yeah. So let's make this X-ray mode and go to top view. For the pack, so the pack might not be that wide, so somewhere here. Then for the top, I might need to bring this down here. It's just the rough size of the pack. And let's get rid of this wireframe and give it a little bit of fillets. And I think 5 or 3 should do. And this should be 2 thereabouts. So what I can do is to select this and bring this down. So let's say 5 to have that sharp edge. Okay, so we have this. I think this is too small for a very small job. So if you look at this, it should come up a little bit. So this is okay. So if we check the front view, the pack should move up to the ground, and the pen holder also should move up to the ground. And this pack should be bigger than the pen holder. Let me check. Sorry. Yes, the pack should be higher than the pen holder. And the pen is fine, the graphics stability is fine. So all I just need to work on is this. All right, so that is it. So undo, so we have this. So this is going to be the product package. All right, so I'm going to end the tutorial here. And in the next tutorial, we're going to do a UV on this pack and on this object, graphic stability, yeah, and texture this. So next tutorial, we're going to be texturing this model and possibly light if possible. So if you feel this was helpful, do give me a like and a thumbs up, share the video. And if you are new to this channel, please do subscribe because I do tutorials like this every time. Have a wonderful day and God bless you. Bye.